Hi, my name is Walden, and today I'm going to be showing you how to string a landing strip lacrosse head, and I'm going to turn this into this. And so what you're going to need for that is you're going to need just a head, or, well, I have it on a shaft, and then you'll need a 6 diamond, or, well, I'm using a 6 diamond, but you'll have a 6 diamond mesh. I have one long scoop string. I have 2 medium, what are those called?
Are they sidewalls?
Sidewall strings. And I have 2 really long cross laces. So now I'm going to show you how to tie a hitch knot, because you'll need that later in the video. So you just take, I'm just using the end of the string right now for practice, so you take the end of the string, and then you take your finger or a pencil or something like that, you take it and you wrap the string around your, and then you take it like this, and you wrap, and you want to have it so that you want your string to be like this, so the tip is pointing to the right of you. And then, so you just wrap it around your finger 3 times. Well, not fully around 3 times. And then you loop it back through here, push it through the little loops that you just made, off of here, and then pull it taut. And that's what it should look like. Okay, so the first step, you have to prepare your mesh. And so here I have my mesh, and I've already prepared it a little bit. But first you want to, because generally when you get it, the mesh will be all kind of scrunched up like that. So you want to just pull it apart a bunch. Just pull it apart, and pull it apart until it's a little kind of wide. I mean, sometimes it'll scrunch back up, but you just have to do it a while. And then after you get that, while you're doing that, you'll notice that one side has a little bit more treading, and it's a little bit rougher on the one side. So for me, that's, if I have it like this, it's this side, the one instead of that side. This side is smoother. And then you want to lie it down with the rough side on the table, and then you'll notice that you have 6 diamonds right here, and then 6 diamonds and the 6 diamonds. That's the first row, second row, third row. And then you're gonna fold if you have the rough side on the table, then you fold the first row back on itself over so it's on top of the third row. And then now you have your mesh ready for stringing. So now that you have your mesh, now that you've prepared your mesh, you have to do the first stitch, and so on the side you have sidewall holes, and then the top you have mesh holes. And so you take the rough nylon scoop string, and you tie a knot tie a hitch knot about 2.5 inches down the string, and you pull it through, and then you loop it up and on top of the into the first mesh hole, and then you take the excess string and you loop it through the first diamond, and then pull the diamond up to there, and then you take the other end of the string and you loop it back. You'll loop it back through that hole right there, and then pull that taut, and then there you have your first. So now we already have the first mesh hole, the mesh hitch knot, and I'm deciding to show you guys on the second, and you guys can just do what I'm doing on your or on the third, and you guys can just do what I'm doing on my third on your second. So you take the loop from, you take this loop, and then you stick it back through the next next mesh hole, and then pull that taut, and then you go back under here into the 4th diamond, and then pull that through here, and then you go and take the end of that, loop it up through here, and then go back down into here, pull that taut, go back up in this hole, and then go back through this little loop. And there you have it. So now you have 3 stitches, and it should look like this. Get it close up. So it should look like that. And then now you go through this last diamond with it, and then pull that taut, and then come up through this last mesh hole, and then you have it like that. Then you take the end of the string and you pull it back through there, and then you come back up through your top sidewall hole, and then you just tie off a hitch knot right at the end, and you're done. So the next step is the sidewall strings, and as you can see, I've already done one for you. So you take your sidewall string, that's this one, and I've already tied a hitch knot in it, and then so you're gonna go, and I've already done it once for you, so, and you take it, and you're gonna thread it through the second sidewall hole and pull it all the way through, and then you have the 2 knots lining up right next to each other, and then you're gonna take it and go on the outside here, stick it through the next one, and then go back up through the loop, and then pull it a little bit this way, and then quick snap that way, and then you do that all the way down. So you do that again, and then pull it back up through here, pull it taut, go that way, and then quick that way, and then you just keep doing that all the way down. And you want to make sure these are really, really, really tight, because that'll prevent the mesh from moving around too much while you're playing. And then over here, you're gonna, when you hit the last one, I've seen people try to go and tie it off through here, but you're gonna need that one later on. So you're gonna, instead of doing another loop in this last one, you're just gonna stick it through and then tie it off with a hitch knot. So yeah, you can just keep on doing that over and over until you hit this last one. So now we're attaching the mesh to the sidewall strings on the sides, and we're using just tiny hitch knots, well, a modification of a hitch knot, I guess. And so we're just gonna, I personally recommend doing it, instead of doing it all the way 1 row down and then the other row down, I recommend doing it back and forth so the mesh stays even. But you can do it however you want. And so I just like to, well, I guess you just go through here, up here first, through there, and then go
Double back on that before you go through the...
double back? I don't think so. So then, after you have these 2 here, you take the string coming out of here, and you rope it right under this next, at the top of this next sidewall string, pull it back up here, and then you take all this extra string over here, out here, out to here. Oh, okay, that's a lot of string. But then you take the tip of it, and then you go back up through here, and go back up through here, and pull it all the way through, and make sure it's not really too twisted up, and then you just loop it back across like this, and then do you go like that?
Nope, under.
Under. Are you just gonna block out your under, and then you go back under here. Under here, and then when you have that, you gotta leave a tiny loop there. You have to leave a tiny loop right here, and then you just stick that back right through here. And then you just pull that all the way through and pull it all the way taut. And there you go, you have a stitch. And then you do the next side, next side, next side, next side, next side. So now we're about halfway done with the attachment to the sidewall. And we have it so that it's set up where we did 2 loops on one sidewall stitch and 2 loops on one sidewall stitch, and then we're going to do 1, and then we're going to do 2, and then 1, and then 1 more. And so we're halfway now that, well, we finished these side parts, and then now I'm going to, use, well, you have to, when you get to the end of this, you have to shove the excess string through this hole that you already did with the sidewall. So it can be kind of tricky, but I recommend using toothpicks or a pin of some sort to try to like stick the string into the hole, because it's right next to that other one. And what we did is we took a match. You can't really see it that well, but we took a match and we burnt the edge of this real crisp, so that fitted through the thing real nice. So then the last step of this part is to attach this little part back here to the throat so it's not open like that and stuff. So let's do that. So here now we have the throat string, and this, as you noticed, this was really long, this one piece right here, the top string, and it was really long, and we just cut that out with about maybe 2.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. You want to leave a few inches in case you want to do adjustments. And so I cut that off, and now here we're going to use this to tie in the throat. And so you're going to take it, and then so I have 4 holes on my throat, and so I'm going to go up through hole number 2, pull it in about 1/3 of the way, maybe, and then back down through hole number 1, pull it up, and then you're going to go up through here, and then tie that, and then come down through here, and then just pull this a little bit more and pull that, and then you want this to be not quite even, but a little bit, maybe a little bit closer together than this. Okay, like that's better, so you want it to be about that. And then you're gonna go back up through here, up through hole number 4, and then down through hole number 3, and then you have 2 almost even strings, and then you're going to take them and you're just going to tie it in like a normal knot. It's not with the 2 of them, just like that. And there you have it. So the last thing you got to do is, since you got to pull this extra tight because you want it to be really tight so the ball doesn't like fly out, and you're just going to tie 2 figure-8 knots. So you just go, no, that's not right.
Nope.
So the last step that you want to do is you got to pull this stitch really tight right here so the ball doesn't fall out, and then you're going to just tie just a normal knot, and loop it up, tie that pretty tight, and then you're going to do 1 more of those pretty tight.
What's that called?
Figure-8, and there you go. So we started with an empty head, and here it is for now. We still have to put the shooting strings in, but So we started with just the empty head, and then we prepared the mesh by folding this part back, and then we did this top string, the scoop string, and then after that was all tied in, then we had to put in the sidewall string, that's right here, and then after that we had to hold the mesh to the sidewall string, so we put in the cross laces right here, and then after that we had to tie them in down here and stuff, and then after that we had the throat string right here. So that's it for now.